Hello and welcome to this very special World Cup T20 team selection special show. With me, Joydeep Mukherjee, my friend, brother, somebody who's our expert on Revsportz. You watch him every day. Let me give you the team straight up and go to Joydeep. The team: Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Virat Kohli, Surya Kumar Yadav, Deepak Hooda, Rishabh Pant makes the team. Dinesh Karthik says dreams do come true. Hardik Pandya, Ravi Ashwin ahead of Bishnoi, Yuzvendra Chahal, Akshar Patel, Jasprit Bumrah, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, Harshal Patel and Arshdeep Singh. Importantly, Deepak Chahar, Mohammad Shami, both of them in standby. Thoughts?
Yeah, when you look at this team, it seems the team that I would think would be the team. Now, there'll always be a couple of guys who miss out, like a Shami, like a Bishnoi, who's done really well. But this is the problem with the 15-member team. We've got used to the 20-member team. So now we always, because of COVID. But suddenly from 20 to 15, but back in the day it was always 15 and it covered all the bases. Now if there's an injury to somebody, there'll be a like-for-like replacement. But because we've got used to this 20-member teams, we always feel that Shami could have been there, Bishnoi could have been there, maybe another opener could have been there, maybe a Sanju Samson or Ishan Kishan. But if I had to make this team cut to cut, this would probably also be my team, barring maybe one Shami getting in. But I can also understand why he's been left out, because the guys who are there, Bumrah, no questions. Harshal, no questions. Arshdeep, what does he do? He bowls in the beginning, he bowls at the end. He swings the ball, he's a left-hander, so he's in. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, he bowls at the beginning, he bowls at the end. Harshal doesn't bowl in the beginning, bowls in the middle, bowls at the end. Okay, Bhuvi can bowl all three up front and bowl one in the middle. You've got Bumrah and Harshal to bowl at the back end. So it's not about who does what, it's about where are their strengths, and you don't want every bowler with the same strengths to play.
Okay, Mohammad Shami, that's the one name. If you see, I had tweeted my team, that's the one name I had actually added in my 15, which I thought would make it only person. I mean, both of us in fact agreed there. Mohammad Shami was the only name that is different from the team that I had tweeted. If you were Mohammad Shami, he's been part of the made part of the Australia T20s and the South Africa T20s. So clearly, Jasprit, no one knows, coming back from fitness, they're keeping Shami and Chahar ready. Thoughts on that?
KL is the biggest example that if you've been away with injury, your form is not in your beck and call. Now you don't know when your form is going to be, and that's more so for the bowlers, because with the batters you just get out. But with the bowlers, you have to bowl those 24 balls. The team is depending on you. So if you're out of form, it's better being a batter than a bowler, because you're out and somebody else is batting. Hopefully that other guy is in form. But when you're a bowler, you have to bowl those 24 balls. And even if you've gone for 13-2, you still got to bowl those 2 overs, because there's nobody else to bowl those. That's probably one of the problems of being a bowler. The second thing is that you can have a bad over and come back in the second over. That's a good sign. But yeah, I can understand where Shami had to fit in instead of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, because you cannot go without Harshal and you have to have Arshdeep just because the left arm seam and because he's swinging it in. Very few bowlers are swinging the new ball. Swing has gone out of white ball cricket, which was not the case 10 years back. There's been issue with Kokapura balls, we keep that for another day. But the leather has changed on the ball, which is why 1 over, 1.5 overs and stop swinging. But here's one left arm seamer who can swing it up front, and he's very good at the death. I know he dropped a catch, I know there's a lot, but he's superb. I mean, he is a guy, he's better than any of these stars have been in the first 10 matches for India.
So if I ask you to rate this team for our viewers, they've done the 15. I've actually tweeted saying, great call to have Shami in the Australia mix, in the South Africa mix. How would you rate this team? According to you, India's best team?
Yeah, it is India's best team. Only Shami, but it's like for like. Now, Bumrah has to go because of who he is. I would just have liked Bumrah to play a few games. See, if he's still not fit, then it's a cause of worry. Because you only get form back by playing. It's not in the nets, it's not in practice matches. You have to be under the gun to play these games.
Now the elephant in the room, who do you open with? Virat has got 100 opening, KL scored runs, you've got Rohit. Do you fit in Sky at 3? How do you open at least for the start of the tournament?
No, these are your 1, 2, 3. Sky has to play 4.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Sky is one guy who can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the Indian team. He has done that. In the last 10 years of IPL, he's opened for KKR, for Bombay, he's played 7 for KKR, and he's played in between everywhere.
So it's Rohit, Rahul, Virat?
Yes.
That's what you are going with?
Absolutely.
There's one final thought before I sort of, ask you one more and close the show. there's been some talk. Yesterday, in fact, Sanjay Manjrekar also said there's no anchoring. If you see Sri Lanka's approach, Virat got runs at the top of the order. I mean, we've seen India's approach at the top, different in the Asia Cup, but some of these players, all these three players, will take a few more balls to get in. Are you apprehensive about that, or are you okay with that?
No, I am apprehensive about that because, at the top, you cannot have anchors, and this game is not about having anchors. Now, when in Australia with the bigger grounds, the game will change. A lot of twos, a lot of threes, not so much fours and sixes. The game does change, but somebody is going to take the bull by its horns. It's for the coach and the management to sit and say, "This is your role. This is your role. This is your role."
But someone has to do it.
That's what Sri Lanka has done. They've given roles. Whether you can do it or not is a different question. But you're given the free hand to do it. Okay, this is your role, you go hammer and tongs. If you get out, this guy is go. Okay, if this guy gets out, who's the anchor, then the other guy goes, who's playing the anchor. So there are 3-4 guys padded up. I was with KKR when Gautam Gambhir was captain, that was the day. 5 guys padded up. Yusuf Pathan padded up, Manvinder Bisla padded up, Devabrata Das, Lakshmi Shukla, Manoj Tiwari padded up. Okay, Gautam Gambhir gets out, Manvinder Bisla goes. Somebody else gets out, this guy goes. So there is a plan in place, and everybody has to follow the plan. It's, Pakistan has suffered from anchoring. 105 strike rate.
I mean, my time is running out, so the final one. Rishabh Pant or Dinesh Karthik? Because in the Asia Cup, Deepak Hooda played 7. If he's not bowling, I thought was a bad call. How do you, so do you go with Rishabh Pant? Do you go with Dinesh Karthik as your wicketkeeper?
No, I go with Dinesh Karthik. For the
Dinesh
reason,
Karthik.
yes. The reason is that I feel that he's more of a finished product as of now. If Rishabh Pant bats in the top 4, it's okay. But if he's batting at 6-7, 6-7 is those tricky moments where you got to take the match out. 17 balls, 32 runs. You got to be a little smart and play. So for me, I feel it's Dinesh Karthik with Hooda. He's got runs at 3 and 4. He cannot bat 7 for India. The totally different skill set for number 7. At this point in time, Dinesh Karthik is my keeper batsman.
Last one, 2013 to now, we've not won a World Cup, Jaideep Das. So how confident are you? Because, for me, yes, India was great in that dead rubber, but it's individual performance. I mean, ultimately, it's about the team. You need to win. We cannot win dead rubbers.
But you know what? I really feel that, obviously, want India to win, but I'm not so sure that our team is in that sort of form that you would say. Our top 6 batters, if you know the guys who just played, not all of them are in great form. Okay, Surya has only scored in some games. Rishabh has not. Hooda, we know. KL start coming back. Rohit, 2 15, 79 innings in T20 as an opener. So we are not really at full pelt. If we are in the next T20 versus Australia and South Africa, if we hit the straps, nothing like it. And if we hit the straps, there is no team like us. But we are a little bit away from hitting our best.
So there you have it. Joydeep Mukherjee reckons India is just that little bit away from hitting their best. Hopefully they will do so against Australia and South Africa, because 1 billion people will want their Diwali gift. They'll want Rohit Sharma with that T20 trophy in Australia. Can they beat Pakistan? We've got our team. This is the team to now back. All debate put to rest. Back this team, because they will be representing India. Back with more on Revsportz with Joydeep Mukherjee. Keep watching.